Hello, and welcome back, dear viewers. Today, we're diving deep into another fascinating chapter from inside the walls of Britain's most talked about institution, the royal family. King Charles III and Prince William are once again navigating turbulent waters, as new reports suggest growing tension within the monarchy. Their mission remains clear: to preserve stability, dignity, and unity, but the storms around them just won't seem to calm. Before we unpack this latest twist, a heartfelt thank you to everyone supporting this channel. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions help us continue bringing you in-depth stories from the royal front lines. If you enjoy detailed insights into the lives of the world's most powerful families, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. The challenges confronting the crown aren't new. They're long-standing issues that have simmered for years, reignited recently by the enduring shadow of scandals surrounding the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, and his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, affectionately known as Fergie. Despite their efforts to move forward, these controversies continue to shape public perception of the monarchy, demanding constant attention from both the King and the Prince of Wales. And just when it seemed the palace had found a moment of calm, a new headline emerged, this time about an unexpected clash involving Queen Camilla and Sarah Ferguson. At the center of this latest dispute, a proposed literary collaboration that never came to be. According to reports, Fergie had reached out to Queen Camilla to collaborate in promoting her upcoming children's book, Flora and Fern, Kindness Along the Way, a heartfelt story celebrating kindness and community. Sarah Ferguson's idea was to feature her book through the Queen's reading room, Queen Camilla's highly respected literary initiative. Such a collaboration would have instantly elevated the book's profile and offered a moment of positive royal unity. But, according to media outlets like the Daily Mail, the proposal was not met with enthusiasm. In fact, it's being described as a monumental snub. The reports claim Queen Camilla declined the collaboration, effectively shutting the doors of her literary platform to the former Duchess of York, a move that, whether intentional or not, has stirred up whispers of tension and rejection behind palace walls. Yet, as is so often the case with royal headlines, there's far more to this story than meets the eye. The sensational claims quickly prompted an official response, one that firmly pushed back against the swirling narrative. Representatives for Sarah Ferguson, speaking directly to the Mirror, issued a clear and powerful denial. They refuted two major points in the story. First, that any proposal for collaboration with Queen Camilla was ever formally made, and second, that any kind of snub or rejection had occurred at all. The spokesperson went even further, adding critical context often missing from the tabloid framing. They explained that since the Queen's Reading Room was founded in 2021, none of Sarah Ferguson's literary works have ever appeared on its official reading lists. That, they emphasized, isn't evidence of exclusion or tension, but rather proof that both women have always operated within separate creative spaces. In other words, there was no sudden fallout, just two independent literary worlds continuing on their own distinct paths. To understand why this supposed clash made such waves, we need to take a closer look at both women's literary endeavors. First, the Queen's Reading Room. Originally launched online in 2021, it quickly evolved into a registered charity with a noble mission: to celebrate the power of reading and highlight its profound benefits to both individuals and society. Queen Camilla has long spoken about her personal love of books, how stories have shaped her life since childhood, inspiring imagination and empathy. And make no mistake, having one's work featured on the Queen's Reading Room list isn't just an honor, it's a royal endorsement that carries immense cultural influence. For many authors, it's a moment that elevates their work to global recognition. So, understandably, any perceived rejection from such a platform would draw significant public attention. Now, let's turn to Sarah Ferguson herself, a woman whose literary career is as fascinating as her royal past. At 65, the Duchess has carved out a successful niche as both a romance novelist and a prolific children's author. Her passion for storytelling runs deep, and her creative process is famously unconventional. She's been known to use everything from fountain pens to food blenders as sources of inspiration while she writes. Her latest project, Flora and Fern, Kindness Along the Way, embodies her signature focus on positivity and empathy, a story built around friendship, compassion, and community. It's a continuation of her mission to inspire younger generations, even as she continues to navigate the challenges of public scrutiny and personal reinvention. And that's what makes the timing of this alleged literary clash so intriguing. It comes at a moment when Ferguson is seeking to highlight kindness and unity, while her extended royal circle faces renewed internal pressures. Behind the gilded doors of Buckingham Palace, King Charles and Prince William are once again engaged in a familiar and delicate balancing act, managing the intricate internal dynamics of their family. Their task is never simple. The lingering legacy of the Duke and Duchess of York, from financial scandals to public relations crises, continues to demand constant oversight from the senior royals. Any new headline hinting at tension between Queen Camilla and Sarah Ferguson, no matter how trivial, only deepens the perception of instability within the royal fold. It becomes yet another fire the king and the Prince of Wales must quietly work to contain, ensuring that the monarchy's image remains composed and unified in the public eye. But it's crucial to emphasize what Ferguson's team has made absolutely clear. This wasn't a polite refusal, it was a firm rejection of the entire premise. According to her representatives, no request for collaboration was ever made, and therefore, no rejection, monumental or otherwise, ever took place. This isn't damage control, it's a direct challenge to the media narrative itself, an effort to stop a feud from being created out of thin air. When we take their words at face value, the story shifts dramatically, from one of confrontation to one of coexistence. In truth, Queen Camilla's reading room and Sarah Ferguson's literary ventures have always moved on separate tracks. For Camilla, maintaining the academic and cultural integrity of her reading platform is everything. It's not about royal associations or social circles. It's about celebrating literature, based on merit, quality, and educational value. That's why Ferguson's works have never appeared there since the platform's founding in 2021. Not because of hostility, but because of policy. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson's literary success stands on its own. She's built a thriving career beyond the palace walls, writing across genres and finding an enthusiastic audience on her own terms. Her newest book, Flora and Fern, Kindness Along the Way, continues that legacy, a gentle, optimistic tale that reinforces her creative independence and personal growth. Still, the media's appetite for royal drama remains insatiable. Every exchange, or even silence, between two high-profile women like Queen Camilla and the Duchess of York is examined under a magnifying glass, often distorted by the desire for conflict. Queen Camilla, once a controversial figure, has transformed her public image through years of quiet dedication and dignified service. Today, she's viewed as a stabilizing force, the steady center of a complex monarchy. By contrast, Sarah Ferguson remains the eternal outsider, charismatic, outspoken, and forever connected to the dramatic royal era of the 1980s and 90s. And that's where the real tension lies, not in an argument, but in the symbolism. Two women who represent two very different faces of royalty, one inside the establishment, guiding its image, the other forever orbiting it, shaping her own. In the end, the reality is far less dramatic than the headlines suggest. There was no monumental snub, no feud, no literary clash. What we have are two successful women, both deeply committed to literature. One leading a respected royal institution, the other flourishing as an independent author, simply walking parallel paths that were never meant to cross. Ultimately, this story serves as yet another reminder of the intricate balancing act that defines the modern monarchy. For King Charles and Prince William, managing the royal family is not merely a matter of public image. It's a daily exercise in diplomacy, patience, and emotional endurance. Every gesture, every rumor, even the faintest suggestion of tension, whether over matters of state or something as harmless as a children's book, can ignite headlines and dominate public discourse. The ghosts of past scandals still linger, casting long shadows over every interaction, making harmony within the royal fold a constant uphill climb. But beyond the sensational headlines lies a deeper truth. The monarchy endures because it adapts. And those at its center, the king, the queen, the prince, and even the once disgraced duchess, remain bound by history, duty, and the watchful eyes of the world. Now, we'd love to hear from you, our ever thoughtful audience. Do you believe the media has gone too far in fueling royal rivalries for the sake of spectacle? Or is it inevitable that the professional worlds of Queen Camilla and Sarah Ferguson would one day intersect, sparking tension between two strong, independent women with royal ties? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights help shape this ongoing conversation about the crown, its future, and the powerful personalities behind it. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into royal history and intrigue, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more investigative royal coverage, and join us next time as we continue exploring the fascinating world behind the palace gates. Thank you for watching. And as always, may your day be filled with perspective, grace, and a touch of royal mystery.